Good morning, Dr. Rupy.
Hello.
Ever smiling, massive fans here. Huge. This book rules your kitchen at the moment, doesn't it, Vassos?
It does, yeah. It's just I just turned to it. I love your. Do you know what I really love? And it's so surprising. And the use of herbs.
Yeah.
I'd never think to put some of the herbs that you suggest on, for example, eggs.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, like, one of the key features, I think, of health is actually use of what we have available in our supermarkets. And we have a wealth of herbs and spices. And the reasons why they have health benefits is because they are concentrated sources of phytonutrients and micronutrients. And so the more herbs, the better, I find. And I'm so glad that you're using it.
And do you think using herbs like that does make people healthier?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, because they are concentrated sources of all the different minerals that we have and micronutrients that we have, and just sprinkling on a little bit here and there, using a teaspoon at a time every mealtime, it's fantastic.
Right, it's Christmas. Seasonal soup with red pesto. Bring it on.
Yeah, seasonal soup with red pesto is one of my favourites because, again, it's all in one pan.
Got to make this, haven't we?
Yep.
You've got, like, you know, the unctuousness of all the different sort of umami flavours, and then the pesto as well just adds that little hint. And just, you can use a store-bought pesto as well. You don't need to make it yourself because they're just as good as well.
But pesto's so easy to make anyhow.
It is.
Pesto
really
and hummus is easy to make, isn't
Absolutely.
it? As well?
And you know what? Pesto itself is just a great carrier of not only flavour but also the nutrients that you find in the leaves. So when you combine like basil, which has got vitamin C, and also fat-soluble vitamins, and you add oil to that, that actually enhances the absorption of all those minerals.
What about jambalaya? Jambalaya.
The Creole spices in jambalaya are wonderful. Have you been to New Orleans or Louisiana?
I haven't, but I want to go.
You have to go.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, I think we need to do a show from there.
The food there is incredible. It's not, you don't feel like you're in America. And when I was there, when I was doing some stuff with culinary medicine with Tulane Medical School, I remember just falling in love with the food, and that is sort of like a throwback to that time.
What's the sort of thing? Lots of sniffles around at this time of year.
Yes.
What foods can people eat to prevent sniffles?
You know, the best way, I think, to think about this is to try to heighten your immune health by looking after your gut. Your gut is the root to your health, essentially. And so actually introducing lots of different types of fibre to support and nurture that population of microbes that live in and around your body, but largely in your large intestine, is the best way to prevent yourself from getting ill in the first place.
What did you have for dinner last night?
Last night, what did I have for dinner?
On a Sunday, that's a cruel question.
On a Sunday, no, I had, so it was Sunday and I was putting up the tree with my family, and my mum made a Christmas biryani. It was incredible.
Oh, let's come round to your house, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, tell me about it. It was amazing.
That's just not fair.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you have a podcast as well. What's your podcast called, Dr. Rupy?
Doctor's Kitchen podcast.
Right, Doctor's Kitchen podcast. Now, you speak to other people about what you do. So you don't really need any guests on your show. So who do you have on and what do they talk about?
Oh, so you know what? I had Dr. Megan Rossi recently.
She's our favourite.
Who's incredible.
There's you and then there's her, there's her and then there's you.
Yeah.
Well, the point is, you are the king and queen. Two thrones required, please. Thank you.
Yeah, she's great. I had Mike Viking as well recently. He's the author of The Art of Making Memories, which is a fantastic book.
Oh.
And what we do is we dive into different subjects and we just have an open conversation about it. I had Dr. Anita Mitra as well, who's a good friend of mine, who's a gynecologist. We talk about eating for PCOS, eating for women's health. We just talk about everything. And you know what? It's a really good resource for people to passively consume things. And if you come away from the podcast just thinking of one extra thing you can do to your diet, your lifestyle, it's a win for all of us.
What about this, Rachel? Carrot and courgette laksa.
Oh, I love laksa.
That is one of my favourites. It's so quick.
Where did you discover this?
Oh, my mum made laksa when I grew up, and so just putting that all into one bowl and just actually,
For people that what does laksa mean as a word?
Actually, laksa. I can't remember what it means.
Curry means gravy, doesn't it? And they all have direct. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, it must mean something. It probably comes from. Well, it's Malaysian, so you have. It's probably like a soup.
You're the best. You're the best. Megan, if you're listening. Anyway, just one more. You know that just one more. We tried that on Saturday night, but for entirely different reasons. But it doesn't matter. I think your version's better. Right, The Doctor's Kitchen: Eat to Beat Illness. We've talked about this before. It's Dr. Rupy's book. It's out now, and it's a cracker, an absolute cracker. And then, if you dare, How Not to Die, the thickest book you'll ever see in your life. But great. What are you doing for Christmas?
I'm going to be at home with the family, switching off. I'm going to Sydney to do a little bit of book promo stuff and a wedding.
Yep.
But I can't wait to just switch off for like 7 days.
Okay, and you coming to our life lessons, aren't you? In February?
I am, yes.
You're
I'm
gonna speak
super
there.
excited. Yeah,
It's going to be a great weekend.
I'm going to be in a panel with Megan.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to be.
You can fight it out to the death. Lifelessonsfestival.com if you want to come and see us. We'll talk about that over the next few weeks. But lots of brilliant speakers, and Dr. Rupy's another one, and thousands of people have signed up for those tickets already. Dr. Rupy, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Backed by popular demand.
The Chris Evans Breakfast Show with Sky.